Picture trees that are beautiful and luscious and tall, with branches low enough to climb, flowers and plants of every kind and color, birds and animals. Picture a garden teeming with life, a garden beautiful and alive. Here is where we meet the first woman, Eve, whose name means life. Enter a stranger into this beautiful, vibrant, living garden, and he engages Eve in a conversation. The serpent, Satan, talks to Eve, life, the helper. And their conversation ends with Eve eating fruit that God had forbidden her to eat. Eve, life, brought death into the world. Picture tall trees, barren, no leaves, probably dead or dying. The grass is riddled with rocks and gravel. For plants, we have brush and thistles. The animals are scattered. And it's in this garden that graves are dug. It's in this garden where we find another woman, Mary, whose name means bitterness and rebellion. It's in this garden of gloom and death where we find bitterness, resentment, rebellion against God. This is where we find Mary. And she's in the garden weeping because she is mourning the death of someone that she loved. In fact, this person's body had been removed from the tomb, and she is distraught and in despair. Enter a stranger whom she thinks is the gardener, and she begs this gardener, please, if you know where they took the body of this person that I love, please just tell me. I don't need anything from you. I just want to know where the body is. Then I can handle and I can deal with the loss, with my mourning, with my depression, with this world, with this garden of death and bitterness and rebellion. Just let me deal with it by myself. Tell me where the body is and I'll deal with it myself. And this gardener turns out to be Jesus, the one that she is there mourning over. When Jesus raised from the dead, he chose to first reveal himself to Mary, to bitterness, to rebellion. Not his best friends, not even the apostles, but to Mary, a woman. And Jesus brings full circle his promise of salvation and reconciliation. And he first reveals his faithfulness and his satisfied promise of resurrection and life and reconciliation, first and foremost to woman. The one who was supposed to bring life but brought death. And Jesus says, I will choose to show you my fulfilled promise first. And maybe you find yourself. And you were supposed to bring life, and you were supposed to help, and you were supposed to encourage, but maybe you have brought death. And Jesus says, you are the one that I want to reveal my resurrection to. You are the most important person that I want to show my reconciliation to. You are the one that I want to save. And we find ourselves weeping, bitter towards God and towards others, or rebellious towards God or others. And he says, I want to save you. And when we finally are willing to let Jesus resurrect us, when we're finally willing to encounter and experience Jesus and let him grow in us a new life and bring reconciliation between us and God, between us and other people, between us and ourselves. That'll be something else.